Hey, Today All Day, we're bringing you a great Today Talks on this Monday and kicking it off, Carson's here with Pop Star.
Next up, America's Got Talent. The show saw a familiar face on the audition stage in an episode that is set to air this week when the one and only Michael Winslow, a.k.a. Police Academy's Larvell Jones, brought back this special talent.
Wow. What are you in for?
I'll show you. That's right. Winslow, known for his incredible beatboxing and sound effects, shared that he decided to step away from acting in order to raise his children following the passing of his wife. But this time away from the time away from the spotlight, rather, doesn't seem to have dulled his skill set at all. Take a look at his audition here.
When I was growing up, I lived next to an active runway. My father was in the Air Force. So that meant every few seconds, best part about the radio, you know any part of the song. Doesn't matter where it is, you know that song. Rock and roll.
Wow. And you can catch the full episode of America's Got Talent tomorrow night, right here on NBC.
Welcome back. Today on the third hour, Jill Martin gets the scoop on two small businesses, one selling jewelry and the other a boozy tea. Both started by incredible women. Take a look.
Hope you had a great weekend. We know Dylan Dreyer had a pretty good weekend. She played in that American Century Championship out in Lake Tahoe, you might remember. Well, she teed it up with some huge celebs and athletes. And here's the thing, Dylan, she finished strong, too. Here's Dylan Dreyer on the 18th hole.
Birdie.
More than 50 feet away. Yeah.
Sure.
She dropped it. She dropped that birdie putt. She's going to be back tomorrow, and she'll spill the tea on how well it went. With spoiler alert, you know, last year she struggled a bit, struggled minorly. This year, markedly improved.
And I love that her husband was her caddy and her family was with her the whole way.
No pressure.
And the first pregnant. I mean, it was just awesome to watch.
And Roker, we saw you. You were one proud dad this weekend.
Yeah, proud dad and husband, because first on Saturday, Nick runs with this group called Achilles International. He took part in a relay from North Carolina all the way to New York City. He ran a leg along the West Side Highway, 2.5 miles, and just really, they had told him he had to slow down, actually. And then on Saturday, he and Deborah ran the Achilles International Hope and Possibilities 4-mile race, and he came in like a little more than 4 minutes ahead of his mom. I mean, he was booking.
Awesome.
But they both did a terrific job. There's Deborah finishing, and I was just there for moral support, and I was not running, but they did a great job. So all in all, not too bad. How about your weekend, Jill?
Well, you know, I just have to say about Al and his family, they always show up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's always like Al's there supporting, Deborah's running, everyone's there. I mean, awesome for Nick. So congratulations. My weekend. So I just started sort of getting out again. You know, I have like a little anxiety. I haven't been going out that much. Yeah. And so this weekend I had my first really guests at the house. My friend from Miami, Lindsay, and Matt visited. And we went to this place on a barge and had lunch. And
there you are.
Yeah, super fun. You took about those.
Nice.
Sandy and
hat,
Trish.
by the way.
Girls just want to have rum. Yeah, no hair and makeup necessary. And that's my friend Matt. And my brother and my sister-in-law actually got engaged and married during the pandemic. And now she's like my best friend. So we spent the weekend together, and it felt good to be normal again. It's kind of odd. You know, you guys kept your schedules, but I was home, like getting out again and going to restaurants. I'm easing into it a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Lots of folks are doing that.
What about you?
Birthday party. You know, every Saturday when you have small children, there's a birthday party. So I had there's Sibby. I took Sibby to a birthday party at a beach in our town. And for the first time, she decided to climb all the way to the top of some monkey bars. My wife wasn't there.
Wow.
So there was added pressure because, Al, when the child is with you by yourself, you have to keep the child alive. Well, time for one of our favorite segments here, She Made It. And this morning, Jill's shining a light on 2 female-founded businesses.
I'm really excited about these. First up, I want you to meet Trisha Okobo, who was caught between 2 careers and found a way to merge them effortlessly. Take a look.
I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. In college, I led a double life, studying engineering at Stanford during the day and enrolling in a fashion design program at night. After graduation, I worked in media and e-commerce in Silicon Valley. I loved the structure of engineering, but yearned for more creativity. Eventually, my passions fused with jewelry. In 2013, with no outside funding, Maison Miru was born. It's a whole system of jewelry that you can mix and match to create your own signature look. Now, my double life is just my life. I get to be a jewelry architect, designing wearable sculptures and building blocks. And I get to make you the artist who puts it all together.
I love her story. And what I really love about it is I found this during the pandemic when I was, online shopping, subscription services. They're so elegant and classic, and you can layer them, and you really could get your ear cuff game going. Savannah's really big into that. And they say things like mama, and you could get a personalized, I'm wearing a J now, which is my name, my brother's name. So this is really great, and most of their pieces are under $50. So great to check it out and great to support small business. So next up, okay, Al, sorry you're not here for this one, but you'll taste these. 2 coworkers whose afternoon tea parties turned into so much more. Take a look.
I'm Jenny.
And I'm Maria, and we're the founders of Owl's Brew.
We were working together at a marketing firm when I became obsessed with the immune-boosting powers of tea. I even got certified as a tea sommelier. We started making the most delicious tea-infused cocktails for office happy hours, and soon realized we were brewing up a business.
So in 2013, we quit our jobs to bring Owl's Brew to market. With our line of cocktail mixers available in over 1,000 stores like Publix and Whole Foods.
Last year, we launched our boozy teas with refreshing flavors like matcha chamomile and jasmine blueberry.
Within 1 year, we've sold over 1 million cans.
Owl's Brew is for those who want to drink wisely. Cheers to that.
Wow.
All right, so hard seltzers are out. Hard teas are in this summer, you guys. And for those who are looking for healthier and better options in our alcoholic beverages, Owl's Brew is such a great choice. They're low calorie, low sugar, super flavorful. Plus, you can drink them straight from the can or use them in cocktails, too. Cheers. What do you think?
Here's what I love about it. They're not too sweet. I hate a really sweet drink.
Oh, very nice.
And they're only 4.8% in terms of alcohol. So you can have 2 or 3 and not, end up...
I don't know that that's the point.
Well, we're keeping the kids alive, and you can have 2 or 3 and not wind up on the floor, Al. That's what we're learning today. Cheers.
I'll save you a few, buddy. I'll save you a few.
Hi, I'm Craig Melvin. I'm going to have 12 hard teas. Anyway.
It's okay, because they're low in alcohol and calories.
2 great brands, super proud to present them today. So, Al, cheers on that.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jill.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, Hoda and I share a few sweet family moments. Take a look. We were on vacation. How was it?
Oh, my God, it was great. It was great. Yeah, time? We spent some time just with the girls doing, whatever you do in the summertime.
Look at that crew.
I have to tell you, that was the 4th of July. That was like
parade?
There was a parade. Everybody in that picture is connected to NBC in some way or another.
I know. Don't you love that?
That's Dylan Dreyer, Katie Ryan, and her mom Kathy, my former assistant. Joanne Lamarca's there with her husband Tyler. Joel's there, obviously, and Brian and all the kids. But anyway, it's like literally NBC is taking over that parade. But it was such a fun
I like that you just tried to use it. Was it so much fun?
It was so fun. And there was, you know what it was? The parade was 2 fire trucks. Some kids throwing candy off of something, and some kids riding their bike. And just jumped in the parade.
It's because we don't take things for granted, because last year there was no parade.
Right.
we got to watch some fireworks far away.
Yeah, what'd you do for the 4th?
We did really nothing. I mean, we were hanging. There was a bike parade. And Hal, look, there they are dressed up for the bike parade.
I am so shocked at seeing Hal.
He's a full-on human.
He looks like you.
And it was just so much fun to be together. And I dropped Mila at summer camp yesterday. And Hoda, it was like one of those things that I know anybody that's gone to camp has this moment. And my mom wasn't like the type that was like, get on the bus and, you know. But I had this moment where she was like, don't cry, Mommy. And I said, I'm not going to cry. I had on my sunglasses. And there was something about it because it's the camp I went to as a little girl. So there was this nostalgia. And then also I got out of the car and she said, Mommy, I have sunscreen in my eyes. But I knew she didn't have sunscreen in her eyes. And it was just this feeling of like, she's old. How is she old? Enough to go away from me for 3 weeks. And I'm, you know, I know that so many parents have probably been dropping their kids.
And they're feeling that feel.
And they're feeling it. And I just can't believe that I'm the crybaby that had to wear sunglasses.
Now, is Mia looking, is this her first year going to?
It's her first year, and I'm just so proud of her because she barely knows anybody. She lives in New York City, so to go, you know, somewhere totally different and to be on a lake and to go swimming, like, I just think there will be this feeling of freedom. And
so how does she commute? Does she write letters? Is that what they do?
Yeah, she writes letters. I can write her emails, so of course, the second the email thing opened. And I had to, like, delete because I found myself saying, I'm just missing you with all my heart. And I'm like, why am I so dramatic? I'm putting my emotions on my 8-year-old child. It's causing years of therapy.
But by the way, we do that because Joel and I went away for a few days, and when I came home,
I know, was it great?
It was so great to be away, and it was so great to come home. And I was just saying, Haley, I thought about you all the time. And she was like, I thought about you more. I'm like, why am I doing? And we just kept doing it, one-upping each other, and it was
with
just
love.
the sweetest thing.
One-upping each other with love.
Can I tell you something crazy? Okay, you know the song "The Times of Your Life" by Paul Anka? I don't know if that's the exact words. Good morning, yesterday.
Wait, can you sing it?
Good morning, yesterday.
Yes.
So I play that because I like nostalgia in the house. Hope, who's 2, can sing that song with the words. It's nuts. It's nuts. But you realize when you watch your kid, you wake up and time has slipped away. I'm like, why am I playing that song in the house?
Speaking of Joanne LaMarca, who was in that picture, she always sings the song, You're Gonna Miss This.
You're gonna miss this, yeah.
And there was something about taking Mila to this camp I went to as a little girl with my best friend that I met as a little girl at camp. And I always told Mila the first year I didn't have any friends, but as soon as Farrell came, I had a friend. So to take her, and both of us were weeping, and then it was like my poor child in the back seat was like, what is happening here? But to go back to a place that you loved as a little girl.
By the way, that is magic.
It's magic.
I'm so glad you did. Was that a debate whether to do that, or did you know?
No,
you always knew. You always knew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. The soccer game.
Oh, my gosh.
I was dropping, so I didn't see it. But were you watching?
I was watching. I was watching the second half and then the penalty kicks. It was sick. Okay, so it was England versus Italy. We don't have to tell you. It went to penalty kicks, which you cannot believe that's how the Euro Cup
goes.
Goodbye, not you, Nadal. Okay, or who was that? Who was that? Oh, Djokovic. Sorry. It's hard to keep track of all these great tennis stars. Okay. But anyway, it went
in overtime.
Oh my gosh! First it was overtime. Nobody scored.
Okay.
And then it was penalty kicks.
Right.
Nothing is scarier than penalty kicks. In the end, it came down that Italy ended up winning. But I FaceTimed my mom after.
Was she watching?
Yes, she wouldn't miss it. But it was hard to realize who won because no one stormed the field because Italy won. And it was like, Mom was like, is it over? Because you can't tell how many kicks they need. But anyway, it was a 19-year-old English player who had to take the last kick. He was only 19 years old, and it was really tough.
There were some heartbroken British fans, including 7-year-old Prince George.
I know.
Who was all dressed up in a suit.
Oh, I know.
I mean, if that was my kid, he'd be like, you made me wear a suit for this? But look, they look so sad, and I love how he's comforting him.
I know.
All I could think about was Ted Lasso. I know that's not what you're supposed to think about. Well, Ted Lasso is about soccer. So I was like, if Ted Lasso was there, he'd be giving them a really good speech.
He probably would.
Right? He'd be like, next year.
Oh, you know what? That would be good, though. That would be a good thing to hear.
Maybe
what would Ted Lasso do?
Ted Lasso, can you go ahead and say something for those British people?
I think that's a great idea. Okay. All right. So Sex and the City, that reboot that everyone's been talking about, it's actually happening.
Yes.
We don't.
And, we didn't see any, like, you'd think it'd be a trailer or something. It was just actually this picture right here, and it was captioned, and just like that.
So it's Miranda, Carey, and Charlotte. They're dressed to the nines. It's so New York because it just is. Everything about it is. The trash can, the whole thing. It's very New York.
But there is like a feeling, because that's like the, Three Amigos, and you're sort of like, wait, wasn't there a fourth?
I know, Samantha. What do you think she thinks?
I'm sure she feels a little sad or left out.
Kim Cattrall's not in it. She didn't want to be, so I mean, they, for whatever reason. Okay. I don't remember, but I think she said no thanks.
Okay, but obviously because there's somebody missing, it prompted a lot of memes.
Yeah.
For example, the ladies of Barb and Star.
Oh, Barb and Star. Go to Vista Del Mar.
They'd be good with them.
I like that.
Paddington Bear could have been a fourth.
Where's Paddington?
Oh, he's cute. An Old Navy ad.
Let's see. Oh, my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay.
And what about Charlotte wearing Nicole Kidman's famous green coat? These are weird.
From Undoing. People are, you know what I realized online? People are really creative.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff you read, you just end up cracking up, but brilliant. Like, who would think of that coat?
I'm not sure. But then, evidently, Today.com added a couple of big Sex and the City fans.
Oh, Jesus.
I actually liked that. I wanted to send it to people because maybe we could just do a cameo or something, right? We're not cool enough.
No, we are like the opposite of cool. They'll be like, no, you're not in our
But
reboot.
Sarah Jessica, if you need somebody to maybe, what could we do? We could be like the people letting them into a restaurant.
Yeah, or just people sitting at the table quietly eating
we
while
will be
they're...
extras. We don't even have to talk.
No, we won't talk.
No.
We'll just...
We could sip Cosmos.
Behind them.
There's
got to be room for
just
two people. Okay. It is time for Unscripted. Don't forget, we're on TikTok. So there's something, everything is so trendy on TikTok.
Yes.
And Donna always introduces us to what
we have Donna.
I know. So we did a TikTok that is apparently, it's been posted on our TikTok page. And it's supposed to be something, it makes good dancers out of anybody.
It's good for us, right? For those of you that aren't good dancers,
yeah, you'll also wonder, what is this thing? But it's TikTok,
we don't really
so just
know.
watch.
Alone.
First of all, when Donna showed it to me, I was like, wait, is that it?
I know.
I liked it.
The creator of that, by the way, is Usam Mango on TikTok.
And I think follow Usam, follow us. I think he had tons of followers for that.
But it's funny to do. I mean, they have different people. There was a girl who we saw who was pregnant who did it, and somebody else who did it. All right.
Speaking of TikToks, the folks from Ritz Crackers recently explained to TikTok, explaining the ridges of these very famous crackers, what these ridges are for. And it turns out it's not just decorative.
It's not? Yeah.
We'll find out.
What people think the edges on Ritz crackers are for. So pretty. Aesthetic. Beautiful scallops. What they're actually for. Cut.
Wait,
someone made that up. That cannot be true.
That's from the people of Ritz.
Was that from the people of Ritz, or was that some lady?
Unfortunately, I've already eaten some of this cheese.
Okay, let's cut. Does it really cut? No one's cutting with their cracker.
Wait, I have too much cheese.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, Hoda. You're not trying it.
Okay, mine cracked. It does not work.
Excuse me, do you see this beautiful cheese cut?
Why don't you just rip it with your
finger?
finger?
Do you see that? Because it's scalloped and lovely.
Okay, well, here.
No, thank you.
But is this, by the way, I could eat a sleeve of Ritz crackers in 1 second. There's something about, right, when you don't even have to chew a Ritz. You just put it in and suck it.
It's the, I was about to say it's the butter. The suck it part kind of threw me off, though. But it's the butter, right? It's the fact that you can't suck it. Ew. Are you okay? What happened? I mean, look at Hoda's Ritz. Please look at this. Please take a look at what happened here. I don't know if that's you.
I was trying to cut it and it cracked.
Oh, it did. Well, anyway, I'm glad to know that this is how I'm going to cut my cheese from now on.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day.
By the way, I think even in the summertime, since we both took a little pause, I think it's good to hit the pause button, don't you? Take like a few days.
Did you have a good time just relaxing or not?
I have to say, I did, and it was one of the first times. And I think having the mommy daddy time is important.
Yes.
And I think it always gets backburnered just because of life and things and needs and all that stuff.
Well, it's so funny because somebody said this when I first had a baby.
Yeah.
And it's true. that like family vacations aren't really a vacation for the mom.
Yeah.
And so to go and do something with just the two of you must have felt like a major reset.
It really did. And there's a funny part of you, because I woke up before sunrise every day because I couldn't not. And you immediately think, like, what are the kids doing? What are the kids doing? What are the kids doing? Because it was just a couple days, but it was enough that made you think that. So it takes like work to say, okay, let me
choose this.
Yes, and I want to enjoy this moment. Oh, by the way, I read your book, Malibu Rising.
Oh, did you?
I read it. I read it on vacation.
Did you
I
like
read it in a day and a half.
Didn't you love it?
3 people at the place where we were like, I read that. I'm like, because I'm friends with Jenna. I know, because I got the book. Okay, it has her sticker on it.
But that was the best beach read.
I read it in a day. I was just like, I couldn't stop. It was so juicy. You were right. Now I have to read all the other ones.
I know, there's more, right? Hell of a Book is the last one.
What is that one about?
It's so good, and it's kind of hard to explain, but it's about a author on tour, and he's flashing, it has dual stories. So they're also at the same time, it's a childhood story, and it's flashing back, and you can't tell if the author is this child or not. It's brilliant.
How do you pick? Like, I was thinking, all your books are great picks. So, like, what do you, just give me a little insight in the,
all the time.
So you just read books. Do you ever get, like, recommendations? Try this one, do a friend say?
Yes, friends, writers give recommendations, but I have to tell you, I was on a flight home last night, and I was supposed to be reading, but a friend, you had recommended a story called Sex.
No,
a show.
No, it wasn't Sex. It was called Lovesick.
You called it Sex Ed to me.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I called it Lovesick because that's what it's called.
You called it Sex Ed, I swear.
Sex Ed?
Well, I thought she did. And unfortunately, somebody else who will remain nameless recommended a show called Sex Life on Netflix.
What?
And I downloaded it because I wanted just something
to watch on a plane.
I wanted to not have to read. Like, I wanted a vacation from my work.
What was it?
Wow.
Was it total porn? Was it porn?
Yes. And the woman sitting next to me was reading like a beautiful book, and I was like,
but you kept watching. You kept watching.
I couldn't help it.
Was it good?
I know. But I felt so embarrassed. I mean, it's like reading 50 Shades of Grey, except for it's on the screen.
And people can see it, and especially the people behind you.
I feel like when you recommend a show, and I know I'm not blaming it on you.
I would never.
You said Sex Ed.
No, I did not. I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's not a show.
It used to be something we took in high school.
Do you still like Lovesick?
Yeah. Well, Lovesick starts off yucky. When you start it.
So I thought it was the same show because of your premise.
Well, the premise is that a guy. I have to say, he goes to the doctor. He's probably in his 30s, and he finds out that he has an STD, and he has to go tell everybody who he's ever slept with that he had that. So each story is a vignette about their love story.
That's why I thought it was the same, because this story is about a woman who has children but keeps thinking about her ex-boyfriend, and it is highly inappropriate to watch on an airplane. Okay,
Wait, I like how you qualified.
Well,
on an
if you're in your privacy of your own home, do what you want.
Yes. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching for more of Today all day.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.